The following tale takes place sometime last year. It was a normal nothing day for me. I was kind of just deciding I wanted to get out the house for once rather than just stay home all day. So me and my mom, we go out to a restaurant with some of her friends. The food was the bestest thing I'd ever tasted, mainly because I didn't have to pay for anything. As we were making our way back to the car so I could finally go back home, that's when the cat distribution system decided to make its next move. My mom calls out to me, noting that there's a little kitten under a car. Oh, cool, I respond, as I really don't intend to bring a kitten home. Try as I must to get the attention of the cat off of my mom's mind, it's inevitable. She calls me to pick up the cat. But all I needed to do was walk close to the cat, and the cat kinda just comes to me. The kitten didn't have a collar. Hell, there didn't even seem to be any other cats around. As I stare down at this little kitten in my hands, I think to myself, we gotta find this thing a home. So we go on our way back home, with the kitten chilling in my lap. Whilst my mum is already thinking about a name for the kitten, I'm still thinking we just need to find an owner for it. It's only then that we remember we're not allowed to keep pets in the place that we are currently staying. It was in that moment that we had two options. We either kick the cat to the curb and not worry about anything and go back into our house and live our life peacefully, or we keep it and let it seek refuge in our house with the potential of us getting in trouble for owning it. So I walk up the stairs hiding the kitten in my jacket as I make my way up the stairs, and as we make it into the house, we let the cat run about. The craziest thing about this cat is it immediately finds its way to my room. And me being a person that does a lot of streaming and video gaming, there's a lot of wires everywhere, so this is the last place I want this cat to be. Knowing that if I just brought the cat outside my room, it would just come right back, I decided I need to keep this cat hostage. So I always put the cat on a high spot so it can't be on the floor. I think the cat actually just ended up loving the attention. It was at this moment that I needed a temporary name for the cat, before I found it an owner. To which I decided her name was Nigus. Spelled Nigus. Don't get it twisted with another word. As I let Nigus rest on my bed, I decided I still need to make content, and I will not let this cat stop me from streaming. That ended up being a very big mistake.
You're gonna let me stream? Please. Cat, you need to stop moving now. You need to stop. No, get off the computer, cat. No, dude. Sir, madam, why did you do that? Why did you do that? You just made me lose the round. I'm not gonna pull in the Linity and throw you over my shoulders, but why did you do that? That is not a W cat. That is a horrible cat.
Realizing that I was not going to be able to make any content that day, I decided it was just going to be a rest time for me and Nigus. After the nap, I made sure to stop by the store to get some cat food, to which it seems the cat is very, very much enjoying the surroundings now. And as much as I still understood that I was not going to keep this cat, there was clearly a part of me that was starting to fight that idea.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't give you away.
After letting the cat claim the kingdom that is the bathroom, I finally decided to check on it every now and again, and needless to say, it was eating good, and it was gonna sleep even better. The next morning I decided I needed to make a bathroom for Nigus to use. The big issue with me bringing Nigus home is that I can't let her take a shit outside, because if somebody sees the cat, then they're gonna be like, hey, they got a cat. They're not supposed to. Yeah, my neighbors are a bunch of rats. I'm pretty sure they would start talking. So, I looked for the biggest lid of a shoebox that I could find. I grabbed some newspaper, and then I ran down to the nearest 7-Eleven where I found a nice big bag of cat litter. And after a few minutes of masterful engineering, I finally did it. I created the shit box. Unfortunately, it took a while for Nigus to get the hang of the shit box, as I probably made her nervous because I was checking in every now and again. Did you shit? Did you shit? But after a little bit of patience, my mission was a success.
I think we just got him. Okay, you don't want me looking at you, I'm sorry.
The next couple of days were nothing too special. Just rinse and repeat. The cat ate, the cat took a nap, the cat took a dump, and repeat the next day. However, it was around this time that the cat started to get a little more adventurous, so whenever the cat was not in my room, where I was hoping it would just explore the living room and enjoy its surroundings, It instead found its way to just chill in a cupboard full of blankets because, I don't know, the closest thing to my room, I guess. One might ask, why didn't you just keep the cat in your room the entire time? This cat wanted all my attention. And when I mean all my attention, I mean I can't game, I mean I can't eat without this thing trying to get a little bite. But Audie, it's a cat, it wants all your attention, you get shut. I was eventually thinking to myself, maybe the reason why this cat wants so much attention and it has so much energy is it has no toys to play with. So I went out to the store and bought it a few things. I don't think all of the things that I bought are shown on video, but trust, this little demon had so many things to play with. And after a long day of shenanigans, it seems the toys were a success, as Nigus would knock out pretty soon after playing. Best believe though, the second that I left my room, if Nigus was close by, she would definitely wake up. It would turn the midnight journey to the fridge for some fresh water into playtime. From then on, every day was kind of just the same thing. As a week had gone by, the house started to smell more and more like Nigus. I don't understand how such a little thing could make its smell spread throughout the entire house. However, that's where one of our issues began. My mom told me that someone had ratted on us about saying they heard some cat noises coming from our apartment. We had just been living in this place for 6 months at this point, and we did not want to get on the bad side of the owners. We had to do our best to make the scent of cat leave the house, and as much as my mom wanted to keep the cat, I had to make the ultimate decision and say, we have to find a different owner already. For 3 days straight, I asked my comrades if they wanted a cat or if they knew anyone that did, but nobody had any space for the cat. I wanted to make sure that if I was going to give this cat to someone, it was going to be someone that I know more or less. Oddly enough, I think that made the search even more difficult. As the days of me looking for a new owner went by, Nigus would continue to lay in my lap and sleep in my bed, and sometimes just stare at me, almost as if even she knew that the time that we had was on its last days. A few days later, my mom invites one of her friends to come over to our place with her grandchildren. They were just simply chatting, but then my mom brings up to her that we are trying to find a new owner for the cat. In that moment, her friend takes a picture of Nigus and sends it out to her family to see if anybody wants to take care of her. 5 minutes later, Nigus is ready to claim her new home. In that moment, a swift feeling of joy sweeps through me, as I am no longer the caretaker for this kitten. I could go back to doing the things I was doing before I was taking care of this cat. And I could do it with the clarity of knowing that she has her new home. And that feeling lasted about 5 minutes. As I went to go throw away the shit box as well as the leftover cat food, I stared at the cat food that was in my hands. The last half-eaten portion I was going to feed to Nigus before she left. For some reason I didn't want to throw away that last piece of food for quite some time. I stood there. I still can't entirely understand that feeling that I had in that moment, but after a few minutes, I threw it away, and I was ready to move on to the next chapter in my life. Everything was back to the normal. People came into the house to check in to see if there was a cat nearby, and they couldn't find anything. Although sometimes I think to myself, what if I kept Nigus in the house? What if they allowed us to keep her? It doesn't take me long to come to the realization that she has a new home now, and she probably doesn't even know that I exist anymore. I'm just happy to say that I got that cat off the streets, and now it could sleep in a nice warm home.
You see, what sucks is Nigus right here. He thinks I'm trying to let him. What's a she? She thinks I'm trying to let her sleep right here in my lap. But I have to go grocery shopping right now. Did you just nod?